And of course, when you look at the rematch, it's going to be about what can they do differently. I don't really know if Tyson Fury can get in better shape than.
Furthermore, obviously, when you take a gander at the rematch, it will be about what might they at any point can diversely. I don't actually say whether Tyson Fierceness can get in preferred shape over what he was correct. That was an enraged speed. And perhaps Alexander Usyk was able to lose several rounds on the scorecards by constraining such a huge amount to get Tyson wrath tired in the later adjust boxing masters have responded to Tyson rage, supposedly reporting his retirement subsequent to losing to Alexander Usyk. In the meantime, Joe Rogan, host of the Joe Rogan Experience webcast, stretched out his congrats to the new boss on Instagram. Seeing the memorable battle unfurl, Rogan composed what a battle congrats to Usyk for bringing home the undisputed heavyweight title of the world. Usyk has turned into the main undisputed heavyweight boss of the 21st century, breaking a very long-term dry season in spite of fierceness, disputable misfortune, which he contended was a burglary. Rogan made a point to recognize him, Rogan added, and colossal props to Tyson Rage for enduring the 10th round, as well as areas of strength for returning. One recuperates from being shaken like wrath. He's genuinely got the core of a hero to polish it off. He offered something each boxing fan can concur with. I can hardly hang tight for the rematch. Luckily, Usyk agreed to one more clash of that nature during the post-battle interview. Anything the case, allies rushed to the post and shouted out for contention in the wake of seeing the main session. To date, various fans immediately voiced their disappointment over the match's result and the directing, despite the fact that anger expressed he needed to summon the rematch condition. He lost his ideal record of 35 triumphs without a misfortune, and suppositions on his possibilities have been separated. Lennox Lewis, the previous undisputed hero, until he resigned in 2004. Decay on X Wrath will gain from this, and he'll be back. Losing is likewise essential for the game. It's the way you answer a misfortune that has a significant effect. One great round doesn't win a battle, Von Davies commented, undoubtedly insinuating Cycle 9, in which Usyk had fierceness wobbling and almost counted out following a staggering blast of blows anyway. Johnny Nelson figures this could be the end for Usyk. He enlightened Skyport's Tyson's group will have serious discussions regarding rousing him after this and get his psyche back. Don't be shocked assuming Tyson leaves this. What more might he at any point do? How might he improve from that? This route would have done his head in, and his heart in fierceness will know precisely the way that he can get better. Pulsating Usyk in October, and may have a decision words to say regarding that take. Following the session, he requested ruler Turkey to show me the cash child and pronounced his craving for a rematch. As per Manny Pacquiao, a rematch would be ideal. Congrats Usyk on turning into the first undisputed heavyweight champion in quite a while. Astonishing battle from both fierceness and Usyk. Battles like these genuinely deserve a rematch. He composed. Terrence Crawford said, man, all of you better put some regard on Usyk, man. He's certainly a contender for #1 P4 Poo warrior on the planet. I'm no critic. He thumped the man that thumped the man in a greater division, giving what he's as of now done. Show respect for sibling Barry McGann. Thinks rage has declined, he told Sky Sports. Tyson is beginning to drop his capacity to make an effort. Isn't generally so great as it used to be. His powers of recuperation aren't all that great as they used to be, and he's aging. Responding to the battle, Conor McGregor exhorted Tyson wrath against tolerating a rematch with Alexander Usyk. He depicted Usyk's triumph over anger as a distraught stowing away and commended Usyk's abilities, noticing that he had sufficiently pulsated both anger and Anthony Joshua. He said a frantic concealing what next. Who knows? Usyk is extraordinary. He has thumped both adequately fierceness and Anthony Joshua. McGregor proposed that anger ought to consider continuing on toward an alternate test, as opposed to looking for a rematch with Usyk. He communicated his help for an expected session among wrath, and that's what Joshua, recognizing assuming fierceness, wished to have another goat Usyk It would be a difficult task, yet not feasible. McGregor likewise engaged the possibility of a last confrontation among Joshua and Usyk. No matter what the result, followed by a fierceness Joshua matchup, he accepted this succession of battles would give a thrilling end to the continuous competitions among these top heavyweight competitors. McGregor further added, anything moves towards Tyson AJ. I'm for in the event that fierceness wishes to go a second attempt in the driver's seat. AJ had two endeavors, so why not? Tall asks, certainly feasible. Additionally, on the off chance that not AJ Usyk last. Hurrah and win-lose or Drago. Tyson AJ Michael Bisping gave a top-to-bottom response to the Tyson Rage versus Alexander Usyk battle. He started by recognizing that while Wrath might not have the most athletic build, he is unquestionably a striking competitor. Bisping noticed that as the last 6 rounds of the battle advanced, fierceness began to dial back, while Usyk's certainty developed, permitting him to perform better. Bisping communicated concern, shared by the observers, that Usyk could require a stoppage to win as Wrath appeared to be ahead. This almost happened in the 10th round, when Usyk handled a strong left hand on Rage's head, leaving Wrath apparently wobbled. Usyk sought after Wrath, steadily making him retreat, trying to make distance towards the finish of the round. Usyk nearly dropped Rage, who was saved by the ropes. The ref stepped in to give Wrath a count, and the round finished following the count. Tyson Rage doesn't have the most athletic body, and that is putting it mildly, yet the man is a competitor that is really that straightforward. Yet, as I say, still 6 rounds to go. And as those last 6 rounds began going on, Wrath began to slow a little, and Usyk began to feel uncertainty, began to improve. There was a bit of worry from the discussion of the refs, from Steve Bunn saying, listen, we're practically in an area where Usyk now will be digging out from a deficit, where he will require a stoppage. Well, the stoppage nearly came in cycle 9. Alexander USI handled that pass available to the head, followed it up, had Tyson Rage wobbled out of control. Tyson backing up, attempting to move away from him, attempting to get space, and Usyk would simply not let off. Right toward the finish of cycle 9, blasts, sort of drops him, gets saved by the ropes. The ref steps in, gives him a consider, and soon as they returned from the count, that was the finish of the round. Entering the 10th round, the battle was very close. The knockdown in the 10th round, scoring at 10-8 for Usyk, made the match practically even or somewhat in support of Wrath. Bisping stressed that this phase of the battle was vital, with the two contenders apparently hurt, depleted, and under monstrous strain. He featured the significance of resolution assurance and the capacity to push through torment in such a difficult challenge. In the 11th round, Usyk figured out how to edge ahead, showing excellent expertise. Bisping brought up that aside from the 10th round, the rounds were not really predominantly for either warrior, exhibiting an elevated degree of rivalry. He acknowledged Usyk for winning the 11th